Hey everyone, welcome back to NovoFlix. Today we're diving into the Bachelor Party episode from Apple TV Plus's Platonic. And wow, things are getting messy between Will, Sylvia, and Jenna. So if you remember from last episode, Jenna weirdly insulted Sylvia in the ladies' room, basically calling her nothing and saying she's not a threat to her relationship with Will. What was supposed to be a friendly comment turned into something way more serious, leaving Sylvia completely confused and wondering what went wrong. Sylvia can't stop thinking about Jenna's words. The episode kicks off with Sylvia talking to her husband Charlie about Jenna's bizarre comment. But then Charlie gets super excited because he's been selected to be on Jeopardy! Yeah, the TV game show. They get intimate, and the next morning Sylvia's all pumped to tell her family that her friend, Wildcard, is coming over for Will's bachelor party. Now here's where things get interesting. When Wildcard and Sylvia meet up at a restaurant, she straight up calls Jenna a bitch. Wildcard jokingly threatens to tell Will, and Sylvia totally freaks out. But then Katie gives Sylvia this brilliant, or maybe not so brilliant, idea. She suggests using the word bitch as a compliment toward Jenna and turning it to her advantage. Meanwhile, Will and Wildcard are having lunch, and Will awkwardly reveals he doesn't really have great chemistry with Jenna. He's basically hinting that they don't have sex regularly, which is pretty uncomfortable to watch. Wildcard tries to comfort him, saying it's normal not to be intimate with partners all the time. When Sylvia shows up, she starts implementing Katie's weird strategy, using the word bitch to describe random objects, trying to make it sound friendly before Will finds out what she said. Things get wild when cannabis enters the picture. So the three friends start taking weed gummies, and somehow only Sylvia gets high. Will and Wildcard are making fun of her for being stoned, but she's paranoid that Wildcard told Will about her calling Jenna a bitch. Sylvia goes to the bathroom to secretly talk to Katie, who immediately figures out her friend is high. Then Sylvia gets this sneaky idea. She returns to the table, secretly turns on her phone's recording feature, makes some comment about having a good time with Jenna, and leaves again to see what the guys are talking about. When she listens back to the recording, she mostly just hears them talking about how hot Sydney Sweeney is for way too long. But then, plot twist, at the end of the recording, Will admits that he and Jenna hardly have sex, which completely shocks Sylvia. She confronts Will about his sex life when she gets back. At first, Will's reluctant because he knows Sylvia recorded him, but then he opens up. He admits his relationship with Jenna has become extremely non-sexual. Wildcard chimes in saying he and his wife don't get intimate regularly either. Sylvia's like, wait, what? Sex is super important in romantic relationships. The whole conversation becomes increasingly shocking for her as she realizes her two male friends have pretty boring, almost non-existent sex lives. The breaking point at the aquarium. Later, Sylvia convinces them to go to this adults-only party at a place called the Aquarium. It's ocean-themed and everything. Will and Sylvia are making fun of Wildcard for being sleepy and not wanting to have fun. But then Wildcard drops the bomb. He tells Will that Sylvia called Jenna a bitch. Will is not having it. He accuses Sylvia of being a meddler and asks her to leave. So now it's just the two guys watching some marine life movie, but Wildcard is still sleepy and uninterested. They end up going back to Wildcard's hotel room, completely exhausted. Will starts dreaming about the attractive women he saw at the aquarium, and, well, let's just say he has some alone time in his sleep. The next morning, Will leaves the hotel and goes straight to Sylvia's place. He admits she was right about his sex life being a problem. Then he asks her to come with him to San Diego for moral support because he's planning to break up with Jenna. And that's where we leave off. Will's finally ready to end things with Jenna, and he needs Sylvia by his side to do it. This friendship is definitely complicated, but it's clear these two really do have each other's backs when it matters most. Thanks for watching. If you like this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more TV recaps. What do you think? Is Will making the right choice? Let me know in the comments below.